he would do a lot of foul shit. Like behind the scenes, he would do some foul shit, like hating on, like doing things with people I'd done business with that he done business with. He would say shit that I was like, he said that to you?
Right.
I was like, yeah, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and niggas don't know what they like till they see somebody with it. So they want the girls after you're done with them and shit.
Yeah, leftovers.
Yeah.
Take your leftovers. A lot of niggas have my leftovers.
50 Cent just dropped a bomb, and Diddy is spiraling. In a shocking new statement, 50 exposes what he claims is the real truth about Diddy's secret lifestyle, his past, and the dark empire he built behind closed doors. The details are disturbing. The reactions are explosive. And now, sources say Diddy is on the edge, losing control as his reputation crashes in real time. This isn't a feud anymore. This is unraveling. For years, 50 Cent has been one of the few celebrities bold enough to call out Diddy, but now he's taken it to another level. In recent interviews and a string of cryptic posts, 50 claims he's done playing games. He says the public deserves to know the truth about who Diddy really is and what's been going on behind the scenes for decades. What he revealed sent shockwaves through the industry, from secret parties and alleged blackmail to disturbing ties with rising artists like Jay-Z, celebrities, and even government figures.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it.
And this time, Diddy isn't brushing it off. Sources say he erupted after hearing what 50 said, smashing phones, threatening lawsuits, and going completely silent in public. The backlash is real, the evidence is stacking up, and Diddy's inner circle is crumbling. So what exactly did 50 Cent expose? And why could this finally be the moment that ends one of the most powerful careers in entertainment history? Let's break it down. 50 Cent has always been bold, but this time he's gone further than ever. In a series of live streams, interviews, and explosive social media posts, 50 is no longer just trolling. He's exposing. He claims the public has only seen Diddy's polished image, the mogul, the businessman, the party icon, but behind the scenes, 50 says Diddy's world is far darker than anyone realized. In one instance, 50 looked straight into the camera and said, "It ain't no regular industry party. You ain't coming back the same after that." According to him, Diddy's infamous freak-off parties weren't just wild celebrity gatherings. They were calculated, controlled, and recorded. 50 claims Diddy used these events to collect footage on guests, often without their knowledge, and that this material was later used to silence, manipulate, or blackmail them. That's how he kept everyone in check. He said they knew he had receipts.
He's playing with your booty in Miami. You know it was in Miami. Says things. He doesn't even know what he's saying. It's like fruity. But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties. Yeah. So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated.
He also hinted that many high-profile artists, actors, and even pastors were present at these events, and that they've stayed quiet for years because they were either involved or compromised. They were all there, 50 said bluntly. You'd be surprised who was sitting next to who. He made it clear that Diddy's power came not just from his money or industry connections, but from the secrets he kept on people. 50 didn't stop there. He brought up Diddy's relationships with young male artists, suggesting that the so-called mentorship Diddy offered to people like Justin Bieber, Usher, and others had blurred, even disturbing boundaries. He referenced the infamous clip where Diddy drunkenly tells Usher, "We used to wake up together," and pointed to moments when Justin seemed uncomfortable during public interviews. Y'all laughed at those clips, but they were crying out loud. 50 said, "That wasn't funny. That was weird." He also hinted at Diddy's sexuality, not as a critique, but as part of a larger system of manipulation. "Ain't nothing wrong with who you are," he said, "but when you use it to confuse, control, or coerce, that's a problem." 50 claims Diddy weaponized his power and image to lure people in, then trap them inside his private world where the rules didn't apply. But what's most chilling is the way 50 speaks now, not joking, not clowning, but warning. He said Diddy is spiraling, panicking, and losing it behind the scenes because he knows the walls are closing in. He doesn't live how y'all think he live. That's why he is panicking now. For years, Diddy seemed untouchable, but if 50's claims are true, that untouchability came at a cost: blackmail, exploitation, fear, and silence. And now, With federal raids, leaked tapes, and civil suits piling up, 50 believes the truth isn't just coming, it's already here. The tension between Sean Diddy Combs and Curtis 50 Cent Jackson isn't new. It's been bubbling under the surface for more than a decade. But what started as playful industry jabs and competition has now transformed into something far more serious and dangerous.
I never forgot P. Diddy said, yo, rappers got the 3 B's. Bank accounts, Bentleys, you're a target. So I took that, like, so I'm in the meeting.
Oh, he's telling 50.
He's telling 50, like, yo, I can't sign you. You know, you got beef with Preem and all that. A lot of in the street, a lot of in the industry don't want to deal with the Preem beef. It's understandable.
Back in the early 2000s, both men were at the top of their game. Diddy was already a legendary figure, founder of Bad Boy Records, a fashion mogul, and a symbol of hip-hop wealth. 50 Cent, on the other hand, was the street-certified newcomer who took over the rap game with his raw image and massive debut under Dr. Dre and Eminem. Though they ran in the same circles, they were never close. Behind the scenes, they were always sizing each other up. The cracks began to show publicly when 50 started mocking Diddy's image, calling him fruity, shiny suit man, and even questioning his masculinity. 50 constantly accused Diddy of being more concerned with appearances and fashion than the streets or the music. He once said in an interview, "You don't know what's going on with that guy. He's a little zesty." Over the years, 50 Cent regularly trolled Diddy online, posting memes, parody videos, and cryptic jabs. Most people thought it was just 50 being 50, but it went deeper. Behind the jokes, 50 was planting seeds, implying that Diddy's behavior, especially around young artists and at private events, was suspicious. Things escalated in 2019 when 50 claimed on The Breakfast Club that Diddy once invited him on a date. He said, "Hey, we should go shopping together." Who says that to another man? The internet exploded.
The nigga Puff was like, first he was amping him to get stout. Then he was like, so when we gonna get the chance to kick it, like we could just hang out, nigga. We gotta kick it.
This is
Puff.
Okay.
He telling me we gotta kick it and shit. And he was like, yo, why don't we like go shopping or some shit? I mean, like I pay for it. And I was like, what the fuck this nigga just say? I got the fuck away from him because I was like, this nigga.
Diddy laughed it off, but 50 kept pressing. He started hinting more aggressively that Diddy's private life wasn't what people thought it was, and that he had stories the public hadn't heard. By 2021 and beyond, as lawsuits and rumors began to surface around Diddy's lifestyle and business dealings, 50 took things to another level. He wasn't joking anymore. He began calling Diddy a predator, tagging him in posts about trafficking charges, and reposting court documents. He made it his mission to expose Diddy. And as of now, he's positioned himself as one of the only celebrities openly speaking out. And Diddy? He's tried to stay silent. No clapbacks, no interviews, no denials, just growing isolation. Sources say he's furious behind the scenes, not just because of the accusations, but because they're coming from someone who knows the industry inside out. Long before he openly accused Diddy of manipulation and abuse, 50 Cent had already planted the seeds. Across years of interviews and appearances, he repeatedly hinted that Diddy wasn't who the public thought he was, suggesting there was something off, something hidden that would eventually come to light. Some say Diddy was even extremely threatened by 50. In other interviews, 50 would refer to Diddy's parties as suspect, saying things like, "You don't want to be around that energy," or "It's a little too much. You'll see things you can't unsee." These comments were often dismissed as trolling or shade, but in hindsight, they sound like coded messages about what really went on behind closed doors. Even on social media, 50 posted memes and cryptic captions for years. One viral post featured a picture of Diddy with young artists and the caption, "Let that boy go home, Puff." At the time, many saw it as a joke. Now, it's being re-examined as something much more serious. Looking back, it's clear 50 Cent was laying the groundwork. His tone was always part joking, part serious, but the message stayed consistent. Something about Diddy didn't sit right. And now, with lawsuits, leaked evidence, and mounting accusations, those jokes feel more like early warnings that the industry ignored. Over the years, several celebrities and insiders have come forward to share disturbing stories about Diddy's behavior. painting a picture of someone very different from the public image he presents. While 50 Cent may be the loudest and most consistent critic, many others have offered glimpses into what really goes on behind the scenes. And those glimpses suggest a pattern of control, manipulation, and fear that spans decades.
All my awards went to Puff. I wrote all those songs. They never give me credit for that. For 20 years, I've been taking the shorter end of everything to just make things go the way they needed to go. If you think about even, doing music with Puff. So that was songs I had as my single that they gave them.
One of Diddy's most successful early artists also broke his silence after years of tension. He revealed that Diddy withheld publishing rights and treated his own artists unfairly, prioritizing his business interests over the well-being of the people who helped build his empire. Mace described being financially and professionally blocked, and his public statements were among the first serious accusations that targeted how Diddy operated within the industry. Diddy's former head of security has repeatedly described witnessing suspicious and disturbing behavior while working closely with him. He has spoken about secret meetings, private parties with restricted access, and a culture of surveillance where everything was recorded. Deal has made it clear that even security wasn't allowed to know what went on behind certain doors, implying that the events Diddy hosted weren't just exclusive, they were deliberately hidden. A singer known for speaking out about misconduct in the music industry has also accused Diddy of playing a central role in covering up abuse and maintaining a culture of silence. She claimed many artists were victimized in ways that were quietly ignored or erased, and that powerful men like Diddy used their influence to keep their images clean while protecting far darker realities. In addition to these outspoken figures, fans and observers have pointed to the quiet discomfort shown by artists like Usher and Justin Bieber during old interviews with Diddy. Clips have resurfaced that show both young stars in awkward or unsettling moments, often dismissed at the time as harmless or playful. Now, many believe those moments were early signs of the deeper control Diddy had over them, especially considering how young they were when first brought into his circle. 50 even defended Bieber against Diddy. There are many more artists who have been exposing Diddy for a long time. Together, these accounts suggest that Diddy's public image may have masked decades of coercive behavior, secrecy, and psychological manipulation. As more people speak out and legal investigations dig deeper, these stories are becoming harder to ignore. The narrative around Diddy is shifting, not because of one accusation, but because of the overwhelming pattern emerging from the voices of those who were once closest to him. While many stayed silent in interviews, some artists may have chosen to speak through their lyrics, subtly exposing Diddy and the toxic culture around him in songs that hit harder now than ever. After leaving Danity Kane, Aubrey's solo work often focused on being silenced, emotionally manipulated, and stripped of power. Though never naming Diddy, the songs feel like direct responses to her time under his control, especially given her public accusations since. Kanye has referenced betrayal by industry mentors and friends, manipulation, and fake loyalty. Some fans believe these lyrics allude to his time around Diddy and similar figures who prioritize fame over people. Eminem has often called out unnamed industry elites and hinted at powerful people using silence, control, and influence to manipulate artists. While he never mentions Diddy, many fans believe he's referring to major industry moguls like him. Though neither directly accuses Diddy in music, fans now revisit their lyrics about isolation, pressure, and feeling trapped in fame. With both artists linked to Diddy early in their careers, these songs raise questions about what they experienced or couldn't say out loud. The walls are closing in, and Diddy's empire is cracking. 50 Cent warned us for years. Now, it's all coming true. This isn't the end, it's just the beginning. Stay tuned.